And hello everyone and welcome to my first KSP video. I have no idea how to do intros if that wasn't obvious at this point, but yes, if you haven't already read the title, well, it'll probably be something like going to Minmus or something like that. But anyways, so I'm currently just building our lander for to go to Minmus. That is the objective, so I'd expect that I'm doing that, but anyways, yeah. So now I just have to find a way to talk for 14 minutes. So yeah, I'm currently just setting up those action groups for the landing legs. And yeah, okay, I'm just putting a fairing on. I just liked how that tiny little fairing looked over it. I'm not saying like the base is tiny, but like just height comparably. Okay, yeah, so now we're just designing the transfer stage, which is just a Rhino engine attached to one of those big is it a Rocco Max fuel tank? I don't know. I have no clue, but anyways, yeah, so yeah, now we're just building our first stage, and this is only 2 stages, and I was gonna use a kickback booster and we would have had sufficient thrust, but I much preferred how the Pollux boosters from the Making History DLC looked. So yeah, I chose to go with that. Yes. I'm just finishing that bit up now. And just starting up. It was offline on my first, and they were not in the right place on the first attempt, so I just had to fix them up. So yeah, now we hit the launch pad and take off. So, what are the Kerbal names? I can't see what the Kerbal names are in the box because the preview window in Premiere Pro is very small. But well, they're going to Minmus either way. So yeah, I just time warped. I didn't time warp. I mean, I just sped up the footage from this point because I didn't say this because someone mentioned this when I was streaming on Twitch, but twitch.tv/Tertsy, by the way, that no one goes to the west. So that's the thing, and yeah. If you were just watching then, I did shut down that main engine when I did those boosters because I forgot to add Separatrons, and I have kind of this, I always, like, whenever I do these sort of things, they always end up smashing into the bottom bit and blowing it up. So I need to use Separatrons, but I forgot. So I just shut down the engine temporarily. But yeah. Okay, we're deploying that fairing as at our current height, air is really just non-existent virtually. In the real world, you can find air molecules up to about like 400 Ks, although they're like the common line is 100 Ks, which is most people would agree on that that is the boundary of space. So yeah, but in Kerbal Space Program, why am I struggling to talk like this? There seems to be a bit more of a sudden drop off than that, so a lot faster of a change. But yeah, so yes, I'm just gonna explain what actually happened in the video, anyways. So we're currently getting our Minmus encounter after I just time warped up to a good transfer window. Because I like to go to Minmus when it gets nice and close to the points in its orbit, because its orbit is slightly inclined, that are in line with Kerbin's equator. I find it just makes everything a whole lot easier. Yeah. So now I'm just time warping across again. And well, I don't recommend using this video as a Minmus tutorial because I'm not exactly very good at this either, so yeah. So I've got a very elliptical orbit at the moment around Minmus. And I'm just, if I remember correctly, we're about to time warp around, and then I just ended up back where we were, because I'm awful at timing that. But I think, yeah, I time warp around again. This is taking a little while, but yeah. So I time warp around again and finally didn't mess everything up. So then I just pointed retrograde to lower our orbit. And yeah, so I mean, how much more is that really to talk about anyways? Wait. Okay, sorry. I was just checking something on my mic. I thought I'd change the pickup pattern, so like it's gonna. Well, I normally have it on cardioid, but I thought I'd accidentally switch it to omnidirectional, which I hadn't. So yeah, I'm currently just doing an inclination change to change our inclination change, and then getting an encounter. And I'm just using the transfer stage for that. Although we have plenty of spare delta V on the lander, I just find it helpful, and it doesn't leave space junk, which is always good. So I'm just separating that now, and yeah, I believe in a second the footage will speed up quite quickly. Wait. Oh, I hit my mic. Yep, the footage is about to speed up. Come on, you can do it. Here we are, yep. There we are. So now, I do recommend setting it to real ground for landing anywhere, because it is, well, in fact, it is slightly, I'm just changing it now. It is slightly inaccurate if you do it above sea level sometimes, because like on Minmus, like some bits have like a 5,000 meter elevation, so it does make things slightly harder. But yeah, so we're coming in for our landing now, and yeah, oh no, I do time warp. Yeah, so on Minmus, at the fastest I ever go, it's only around 160 k's. It's quite slow, to say the least, but well, it's not really slow, and I'm not sure if that's standard for a Minmus landing, but I never really, on the Mun, I find it, and this is actually something my Twitch that also helped me with a lot, actually. I did my first Mun landing there, actually, yeah. So, when you're at 30 kilometers up, that's when you should probably start burning on the Mun. But on Minmus, I just do a little burn at like 2.5 k's, and then another burn at well, yeah. Okay, so if you just notice that amazingly smooth transition, that was a quick change of subject. If you notice that amazingly quick transition, the reason for it is I completely messed up the landing and just started bouncing everywhere. Like it was good, and then the ship just fell over, which is not good. But yeah, so I'm just getting our cable on an EVA now. I'm lowering the visor because thumbnail. And well, yeah, I just need a thumbnail, and I think that looks good for it. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is where I just take my screenshot for the thumbnail. Landing on Minmus. Wow. Okay, so yeah. Just do this, and another amazing cut to getting back on the craft, because I did really bad. Well, in just the sense it took me ages because I kept missing when I jumped up. So yeah, and we're now just beginning our ascent back into to get an orbit around Minmus, and we had on this craft plenty of spare delta V, and truth be told, I completely messed up my first attempt on this mission. So what happened was I got into orbit around Minmus, and then it really doesn't matter if when you're on Minmus you're like polar, like your orbit's polar or slightly inclined, because I find it doesn't make a huge difference on your orbit around Kerbin, or, well, it doesn't even really matter at all if you have an equatorial orbit, because you're gonna just, well, as long as you're impacting Kerbin, you're fine. But, I decided I'm gonna make an inclination change to be equatorial with Kerbin. Ah! And, that was a mistake for starters. And so we had nowhere near enough delta V to get back. And I did do an inclination change on the transfer stage. But the transfer stage is a huge amount more, well, it can do a lot more than the, lander can. Because the lander has to get to orbit around Minmus, then get an orbit around Kerbin, which we have actually just done. And then, well, get an encounter. Well, would you really say get an encounter with Kerbin? Oh yeah, something that happened. I got a Minmus encounter immediately after doing that burn, and then if you see, let's just give it a second. If you see, let's just wait for this to speed up a bit. Did I do another burn here? Yeah, I did. I got a Mun encounter as well. And I looked and it doesn't really change my orbit too much. So I didn't really care that much. At first I was just going to try and avoid it. But yeah, you can... If the, oh, it's tiny. I think you can see the Mun approaching now. That's Kerbin, I think. Oh, I'm sorry, the preview window is tiny. But, yeah, there's the Mun. And there's our little approach. So then we just continued on to Kerbin. And, originally I was going to, well, immediately, ditch the, oh yeah, I think I got another, yeah, I think I got another encounter with the Mun. I did end up burning a bit to, well, on like my way back, because it thought I was going to get another orbit, which, I wasn't, but, I did that, and, yeah, I think just, if I remember correctly, I'm just trying to remember when I did this part, so... I think it was like as soon as I hit the atmosphere. Yeah, yeah, I hit, well, just above, but I ditched our, well, transfer stage for the lander. Wouldn't even be classifiable as a transfer stage. I mean, technically it was, but yeah, so I'm just speeding up footage a bunch right now because I just find this so tedious to, wait through this landing bit, even at like full time warp. It just takes like forever. So I just time warped that down to well, yeah, and we have, well, splashdown, and our Kerbals are all home safe. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please that sounds like I was begging so much. Please subscribe, and yeah.